So, good morning everyone. Today I am the first reporter of Group 3. I'm Madeline Equival and I will going to tackle all about the value of training and development. But before that, let me first read to you this quote. According to Mark Twain, training is everything. The peach was once a bitter almond. Cauliflower is nothing but cabbage with a college education. That is one of Mark Twain's most famous and insightful quotes, often cited from his novel Pudd'nhead Wilson. It serves as a brilliant two-part metaphor for the transformative power of training and development. Mark Twain's quote is a clever way of saying that what you learn and how you are taught is the most important thing in making you better. It's an argument for why training is so powerful. In short, itong quote na to ay nagpapahiwatig sa atin that nothing great happen by accident. Kung gusto mo ng magandang produkto or a great worker, you must invest the time and effort into training and development. Kumbaga, ito ang pinaka-importanting ingredients para mag-grow. Gets? Now, before we proceed to our main topic, let me first introduce to you our main objective that we're going to meet as we delve deeper into this discussion. At the end of this chapter, students are expected to identify the strategic value of training and development, differentiate the types of training delivery, identify the most common methods of training used by organizations, and recognize the content and resources needed to meet training goals and objectives. So now, let's proceed. Did you know who is this? Bakit included siya sa topic? He is Shaquille Rashan O'Neal, usually just called Shaq, one of the most famous and dominant professional basketball player in the history of the NBA. He is known for being huge, about 7 feet 1 inch tall, and over 325 pounds, making him a towering force on the court. Because of his massive size and great skills, he won 4 NBA championships and was named the league most valuable player of what we called MVP once, along with many other top awards of him. However, he had one big obvious weakness. He was terrible at shooting free throws. Sa buong buhay niya, pagdating sa basketball, he only made about 5 out of every 10 free throws he took. So as a professional player, sobrang baba na niyan. In fact, one time, may isang game siya na nasalihan, lahat ng free throws na ibinigay sa kanya ay walang na-shoot. Mga 11 free throws yon. So this set a record for the most misses without a single hit. But Shaq knew he could do better. Practice siya ng practice, and out of 10, nakaka-8 shot naman siya. Pero kapag nasa real game na, olats pa rin. So he concluded na hindi katawan niya or yung skills niya ang problema. It was mental. He struggled under the pressure of the actual game. So because of this, alam na to ng lahat, even his opponents in basketball. So that's why, yung kalaban niya may ginawa silang little trick or strategy, and they call it hack a Shaq. So this means when Shaq had the ball, they would deliberately foul him on purpose. They knew that sending him to the free throw line was better for them than letting him score easily. As a result, yung weakness ni Shaq sobrang lala talaga ng impact sa team nila. So ngayon, based on the real life happenings kay Shaq, can you see now the relationship between him and the training? If Shaq's free throw weakness is a mental problem, what kind of specialized training do we need to give him to fix it and make him unstoppable? How does the hack a Shaq problem in basketball show us why we must need to train even our best employees to close that one critical skill gap that hurts the whole team? So this is where training and development comes into the picture. So just like the famous basketball player, Shaq was great at most things but bad at one thing. Everyone at work has a few weak spots. As a good company, alam na nila yan, and ginagamit nila yung training programs para ma-fix yung weaknesses ng mga employee. So kapag nag-improve na sila dyan, the whole team becomes much stronger and perform at a higher level, and through that, it helps the company to succeed. Training isn't just about learning a new skills. It's also about following the rules. We use training for two main reasons. First, to develop skills, learning how to do the job better, like paano mag-operate ng mga bagong machine or gumawa ng magandang report. Second, to learn rules like safety and legality. So, itong training na to ay tinuturuan tayo kung ano yung mga importanteng rules and laws na kailangan i-follow. So, this includes safety to keep us from getting hurt, the code of conduct, kung paano tayo mag-act properly, and rules about serious topics like sexual harassment. So, these kinds of trainings protects us and protects the company from legal problem. So, now, the question is, are training and learning or education is parehas lang ba? According to Filippo, training and education is magkaiba talaga sila and sit at two opposite ends of how people develop. So, dyan pa lang, dapat hindi ka na makonfuse. Si training, ini-improve niya yung current job mo. It's all about getting better at the job you have right now, like improve your performance on specific tasks, and your education, it's all about increasing your general knowledge of the whole world around you, like develop your mind, para mas maging better ka sa pag-observe, critical thinking, making decision, and handling brand new situations you haven't seen before. So, in simple idea, training is focused and immediate. Tinuturuan ka dito kung paano gawin ang isang bagay nang hindi ka pumapalpak, while education is broad and future-focused. Tinuturuan ka nito kung paano mag-isip ng mabuti at i-adapt yung mga challenges na darating sa iyo. So, because training is very specific and education is very broad, syempre, magkaiba talaga sila ng goals. If we treat them as the same thing, baka makagamit tayo ng maling approach, like giving someone a college course when they only need to learn how to click two buttons on a machine. So, knowing the difference help us use the right tool for the right job. In today's business world, things are always changing quickly. So, to win against their competitors and grow, dapat yung company meron silang magagaling na employees kasi nga, they are the ones who make the companies competitive. So, para ma-achieve yan, companies use a smart plan called training and employee development to make sure this happens. So, why big companies use training? So, yung mga large companies and global businesses, nag-invest talaga sila sa pagtitrain ng mga employees nila for a few main reasons. First, to use their skills better. So, kapag yung employees may nalaman na silang bago, in a better way to work, the company can use their skills to the maximum. So, this makes them work faster, better, and cheaper. Second, to handle changes. How to adapt quickly from the business world changing, like bagong technology, bagong patakaran, new customers, train nila yung mga employees pagdating dyan. So that the company doesn't fall behind. Last, but not the least, to grow globally. So big companies in a hyper competition know that having skilled, high-performing employees is the key to growing their business and winning on the global stage. So, basically, alam na ng mga companies na kapag nag-invest sila sa pag-train ng mga employees nila, ayan yung pinaka-the best way to keep the business strong and competitive. So, bakit kailangan training programs ni company para sa mga employees niya? So, itong mga trainings na to, it aimed at making the business stronger and more successful. So, think of it as an investment that gives the company many rewards. So, these are the primary reasons for employees training. For making work better and faster, we need to increase the productivity and adherence to quality standard. So, si training, tinuturuan si employee in the best and fastest way to do their work. And through that, makakaproduce sila ng mga maraming goods and services. Ina-ensure din nila na lahat ng employees pinapalo yung same step para ma-meet yung expectation nila sa product. We need to enhance the economical use of resources and heighten employees' morale. So kapag well-trained na si employee, alam na nila kung paano gamitin yung mga materials, tools, and time without wasting them. In a result, mas efficient and nakakasave ng money si company. So we also need to promote safety and reduce accidents and downtime at the production floor. Si safety training, tinuturuan si worker na magtrabaho ng hindi nasasaktan or nai-injured sa workplace. This reduces accident and downtime like ini-stop si machine sa pagre-repack or pag-work, ganun. So, it keeps the production floor running smoothly. So for making the company stronger naman, we need to increase organizational stability and flexibility. So, si training, binibigyan sa employee ng wider range of skills. If nag-absent yung isang worker, another trained worker can easily step in, maintaining stability. So, if yung company need nila mag-change on how they work, the employees are ready to learn new ways. Kumbaga, flexible sila sa lahat ng bagay and madali lang silang turuan kasi nga, interesado din silang matuto. Also, to prepare the future manpower needs. Alam na ng company that in the future, magre-retire din si manager at yung mga leaders nila. So, nakakatulong din si training pagdating dito kasi pine-prepare din niya yung mga current employees so that kung dadating na yung panahon na sila naman yung mag-step up into that big roles in the company, alam nila kung paano i-handle. So, for improving the work environment, we need to reduce too much supervision. So, kapag well-trained na yung employees mo pagdating sa trabaho, alam na nila kung paano gawin yon, and paano i-fix yung mga small problems on their own. So this means managers don't have to watch them constantly, which save the manager's time. We also need to increase productivity and promote better industrial relation. So employees feels more confident and happier when they know how to do their job well. When employees are happier, they work better together, which improve relations between workers and managers. And the most important, we need to reduce employees' turnover and absenteeism. When people feel confident, capable, and valued because the company invested in them, they are less likely to quit their job and are more likely to show up for work. So based on all those good reasons for training, here are the amazing things you can expect to happen with your employees. So when a company invests in good training, here's how the employees themselves change and benefit. First, it helps the employees to feel confident even when faced by technology's changes. Training is like a superpower against new tools. When technology changes, employees don't feel scared or lost. Training teaches them exactly how to use the new systems so they can feel confident and ready to handle the changes. Second, it gives the employees the facility to actively respond to the changes created out of organizational restructuring. So sometimes a company has to reorganize or restructure. Training gives employees the skills and understanding they need to quickly jump in and actively respond to those big changes without confusion. Third, it facilitates employees' career development. Training is the fuel for a better career. It gives employees the new skills and knowledge needed to qualify for bigger or better jobs inside the company. It actively helps with their career development. Fourth, it promotes acceptance of change management more smoothly. So people naturally don't like change, but when a company provides training, it shows that change is planned and possible. So training helps employees understand the why and how, making them accept the changes much more smoothly. Last, the fifth one, it helps in meeting employees' needs for continued growth. People naturally want to learn and improve. Training programs fulfill that deep need to continued growth and personal development, which keeps employees happy, motivated, and engaged for the long term. Training holds very high strategic value for any company, acting as a crucial tool to achieve its overall goals and enhance its production. In a world where everything changes quickly, a company's ability to compete depends entirely on its employees. So by making training and development a top priority, a company creates a strong learning climate and ensures its staff is constantly upskilled, meaning they always have the newest and best abilities, especially with the trend of globalization. So where competition is worldwide, using training to improve skills is the surest way for any organization to stay strong and successful in the future. Training and development provide many smart ways for a company to win and grow, and here are the biggest strategic benefits. First, training is the best way to keep your company ahead of the others. When your employees have the newest skills and knowledge, your business gets a huge boost that guarantees growth. Second, we all know that technology is always changing, just like a blink of an eye. Regular training makes sure all staff and employees learn about the latest innovations and new equipment, so this allows the whole industry to keep up and stay modern. Third, a smart training program shows your best workers that the company cares about their future and their growth. So this makes top staff feels valued, so they are more likely to stay and work hard for you. So fourth, training works as a powerful incentive for employees to learn new skills and technology. So it also gives them real chances to immediately put those new skills into practice in their daily work, making the learning useful right away. Fifth, training helps employees open new doors inside the company. It gives them the skills they need to earn promotion, like on new responsibilities and rise up the ladder of the organization. The last one, when you run ongoing training, employees can upskill and take on new rules that are more interesting. So this leads to them being much happier with their job. In a corporate world, training must be a smart strategic plan, not just a simple class. It has to be designed to help the company win its biggest battles. Here are the key points for making training and development a genuine winning strategy. First, the most important rule is that training must fit perfectly with the company's overall business strategy. So this means the learning plan must be customized to fix the company's unique problem or help it reach the big goal, like entering a new market or launching a new product. So by aligning the training designs with the company's long-term strategy, we make sure every training actually supports the company's biggest wins and moves the business forward. Second, for training to work well, it has to be a main priority for the top leaders and senior officers of the company. So these senior officers must not just talk about training, but they must allocate the money and resources needed to run the program effectively. So when the top management fully supports and funds the program, it sends a clear message to everyone else that employee development is serious and important. Third, the training programs must use the best corporate learning tools and techniques available today. So the learning should be integrative, meaning it connects different skills and ideas together. And it must directly relate to real-world situations and challenges employees face on the job. So this approach ensures the training is relevant and practical, helping employees to actually use the skills they learn right away. So the last one, a smart strategic program always looks ahead and considers the future development needs of the organization. So this means investing time and resources into tools and management training that will prepare current employees to become the next generations of leaders and managers. So by planning for this future manpower, the company ensures that it will always have talented people ready to step up and take on new responsibilities when needed. It's important for a company to choose the right way to train its people. So there are three main ways or approaches that companies use to teach their employees. First, the traditional approach. In this approach, the training staff controls everything. They are the experts who designs the whole class. The staff decides the goals of the training, what materials will be taught, the teaching method, the homework, and the test. the main focus is on the trainers doing the teaching. So the trainees mostly sit and listen while the training staff oversees the entire program. Second, the experiential approach. So this approach focuses on hands-on experience where the participants are active. So trainees don't just listen, they practice using real or pretend situations like a fire drill or a mock sales call. So that are just like the ones they will face on the job. So the participant actually influence the training because they are fully involved in the activities. They learn by doing and seeing the result of their action. Third, the performance-based approach. So this approach focuses on what the trainees can actually do at the end of the training. So the goal is measured by reaching a specific level of proficiency, meaning the trainee must be able to perform the skills perfectly or correctly every time. It's not enough to just pass a test or get a high score. The person must demonstrate that they can successfully perform the jobs or skills to a required standard. So take note that companies often pick a different approach depending on who they are training. So training for ordinary employees might be different from the special programs designed for supervisors or high-level managers. Companies generally divide their employees' learning into two main types: training for people who are new to the company and training for people who are already working there. So the first one is pre-service training. So these are the entry training. So this training is for new employees who are just joining the company. It is often more focused on theory and ideas about the company and the job. It's usually done within a fixed amount of time right when they start. And the second one is in-service training. So this training is given to employees after they already part of the organization. So its goal is to develop the skills and knowledge employees need to do their current job well. In service training, it includes several specific programs such as induction and orientation training. So this is given right after a person is hired. So it helps the new employees learn about the company, like its people, its rule, its policies, and safety practices. So foundation training. So this provides employees with important information about government rules and regulations that the company must follow. On-the-job training. So this is a quick, specific training done while the employee is working. So it means to fix a particular area of the job that need immediate improvement. And it happens naturally during the day-to-day work. Refresher or maintenance training. So this is given to update current employees and maintain their specialized knowledge. It covers new information and any recent changes or innovations introduced by the company. Last but not the least is career development training. This is often for middle manager. It's done to upgrade their skills and ability so they can take on bigger responsibilities and grow in their career. And that's all for my part. Thank you for listening.